I know.
Uh,
We're going live now. According to Morin, we'll be live in about 90 seconds.
Sweet. Also, yeah, I'm not going to be alt-temp, so I have no idea how many people are not viewing this. Heh. But, alright, who do we watch? Who do we watch on the first mid? I'm going to put it on Gargleberry?
I'm going to put it on Gargleberry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, Crazian, you can take the first mid since you're taking this way more seriously than I expected.
Quote unquote seriously.
I mean,
shit the entire
casual.
time. Saying Sheeble gay constantly and you haven't said a goddamn word.
He's well, I mean, no
Korea.
one watching this is going to know what that means, so.
I know. Welcome to North Korea, gamers. You're all Sheeble gay.
My poor FPS. Oh well. Hopefully it's bearable.
So, guys, what is our opinion on Kappa Ross? And Orbit drew a nice smiley face in the opening DM right before the game goes live.
My opinion is everyone should watch Bob Ross after this.
Bob Ross.
Correct.
Correct.
That is indeed the right answer.
I believe the phrase you're looking for is, you win.
I don't know anything about game shows, but I definitely haven't won anything yet.
It's okay, boys. We can take our chances on the saloon.
Whoa, wait. You haven't won anything yet? How did you get that Australian rocket launcher again?
Some poor soul lost it to me in a fiddle contest.
Uh-huh.
He challenged him to a duel.
And that's why he doesn't come back to Georgia anymore.
Rest in
You
peace.
guys played Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I was gonna make a reference. It was a shadow game.
Good. I'm not good at your memes. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't know what a meme is, but we are going live right now.
Oh, we got
Morin
the
giving.
shout out, boys.
Yep, high creation from Morin. All right,
This is,
Gargleberry, let's go.
This is the ready off. We're looking at Gargleberry coming into this mid. Gargleberry running standard pretty much everything, so this should be interesting. Most Nimmermen like to run the gayest weapon in the world. Fuck all of you.
Alright.
That's actually
I
what it's
have
called.
my eyes on all of NAB right now. Looks like they're going for a complete rollout through main at the moment.
And it looks like Open Winners is mirroring some stickies. Nothing is hit yet. And it looks like Megaboy is getting aggressive on the right-hand side. Morin taking the high rock. And he's coming in. And it looks like Gargleberry goes down really early to Percy.
NAB definitely
weird-ass
got
name,
much better position this mid.
But they've traded evenly. It looks like Differ is going to be still healing. Dirty Mort running away like a little bitch. Get back in there, you fuck.
Nope, Dirty Mort sensed that the mid was not going their way as soon as Gargle died first on mid, and he bailed.
Yeah. It looks like they're not healing Gargle very well at all. Already hurt and still hurt. Megaboy comes in.
What?
Dirty Mort.
Was that a drop? Because Dirty Mort was at least 90%.
That was 99, the sad zone. Bulldozer kind of fucking around, just baiting his team. And running away to spawn.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for a play.
This looks a lot like last season, buddy.
So, really good hold there from Nab. We're just going to call him Nab.
Yep.
Like, they got the really opening pick on the medic, which just made it super easy. Differ never got forced, and they got a free minute off the clock.
It looks like the soldiers are going to be bombing in aggressively here. No real standout hits yet. Differ did not pop, actually. They've managed to take a pick on the orbit.
3 players.
But Open Winners is running away, tails between their legs, when they realize that they've only taken out Orbit.
Then again, they didn't exactly bleed. That was their sack. So, but I don't know. Sacking just 3 players?
Just the demo man. And it looks like neither soldier really wanted to commit there. They know they almost have Uber here. Bulldozer, they're taking aggressive stances on red side.
They force the pop.
Ubering in, trying to get. It looks like they're trying to go into Dirty Mort. Dirty Mort pops.
Oh, Dirty Mort flying
now.
Rule
just
just took the Uber and focused down the blue medic here, and he's coming in, looking for these soldiers, trying to protect his demo.
Dirty Mort's still alive.
Like,
he survived with 3 health and is still in the fight.
Yeah, he survived
Soldier
with 3 health.
Oh,
there he goes,
Mega Boy.
with a
5K,
before
yeah.
going down.
You know, the sad thing is,
And now-
Mega Boy probably could have killed him at least 10 seconds sooner if Dirty Mort was actually called out where he was.
Very easily, anyone could have. He could have been coughed on. The common cold would have killed him. But now, NAB taking a very aggressive stance here. Zacis is annihilated. Neither team really giving the other room. And both scouts for a winner is completely annihilated. There goes Pokemon as Epic getting taken out in the corridor.
Open winners really need to retake this point.
Open winners aren't really playing very aggressively here. As I say that, Knick-Knack starts making room on the right but backs up. All of open winners is really hurt here.
Oh.
We have the
finally
Uber
up.
exchange.
Not even an Uber exchange. Differ on the Uber. And they just completely clean up open winners. Open winners to white.
They should have this round in the bag. They won't have heals. They need to. People on red need to rush in right now.
Sticks. Red is going to rush in.
They have to.
And without Orbit here, they will
They're
still
not gonna
get
get
some
on point.
presence here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And Zacis to knock away Pokemon is Epic.
That was a dominating first round from Not Around Bears.
That was a really good show from Not Around Bears. I'm going to watch Orbit on this mid
Yeah.
and see what he does.
Looks like there's a... Well, Orbis going...
A little
Split side.
strange rollout,
Yeah.
but there's no problem with it. Early damage out from Gargleberry, and Billy the Dozer, still on
Ooh.
top. And then Gargleberry with a nasty bite
Mega
over
Boy
Brock.
gets flanked and doesn't even realize it, and then still kills Pokemon is Epic.
And this is why Pokemon isn't epic, ladies and gentlemen, as he goes down early. But so does two more from Not Around Bears. Mega Boy not on good health.
Just good point presence from open winners that the delayed, the extended fight was in their favor since they could just recap or just get the first cap down.
Both teams are all alive, and
Looks like
it
we
looks
have a
like
hard push
Not
towards
Around
Spliff.
Bears is hard pushing in with the knowledge that they do have Uber as well. Both teams have Uber. Let's see how this plays out.
Pokemon is
Orbit
Epic just
taking
shot
a lot
all
of
of his
early
ammo.
damage. Percy going down, and the Ubers have been exchanged. Not Around Bears have a better Uber here, but can they keep their players alive around this Uber?
Warren with the jump.
Absolutely not. That's 3 down for Not Around Bears. Orbit getting caught out here, cleaned up by Pokemon is Epic, who eventually goes down for his efforts.
So they trade 3, they trade Ubers, but they couldn't get anything out of it.
They have like 25% point presence. That's not nothing.
Looks like we have a cliff push here again.
Bulldozer trying to do things, but I don't know if he knows what he's doing.
Oh, Warren all the way behind him.
Pushing all the way in.
Oh,
Clean up Bulldozer. Dirty
Open.
Mort is annihilated. And then
how
can
did he
find
get...
him.
Oh,
Dirty Mort goes down to Rockets. from
And they get the
Warren.
cap.
He gets cleaned up.
They got the cap while everyone was so distracted on Morin trying to kill their medic.
Knick-Knack trying to make a play for reasons. And Zacis just beefing the sticky cleanup, but
oh,
they'll be fine.
Gargleberry. Check his health right now.
Gargleberry is annihilated, 50 health, currently being tanked up, so he should be fine.
Man, if
Pokemon
Nav
is Epic
actually
doing
do this, they
things
could jump
again.
a soldier in and absolutely fuck them up right now, but...
Well, the big difference here is Nab have an Uber. Dirty Mort absolutely does not. Open winners backing out of this fight. Mort just took 100 right there, but Mort can't get in.
Overextended.
Mort's body block.
I think he overextended just a bit there, trying to kill the medic who already ran away through that corridor here.
Yep.
So now we're going
And
to see
now
open
NAB
winners with a huge
absolutely
ad.
have to play just incredibly passively. As NAB already... Oh, a nice double out of Mega Boy. Right on the Pokemon as Epic.
Gargle's bullying them out though, and his team recaps the point. And they have a time lead, and they have a huge Uber... Oh, not huge, but they have a significant Uber
No,
advantage.
they
So.
have significant Uber advantage, about a 25% difference here.
So we're going to need to see how they can break this stalemate, or this setup. Oh, Bold the Soldiers coming in aggressive. They get
Mega
the
Boy
force.
comes in, they get the force out.
They got what they wanted.
Differ is already at last.
Yeah, Differ's
Orbit
gone.
was trying to get out. Oh, he does get away.
The Orbit does get out.
So it looks like we're going to see Open Winner set up a forward hold.
Sack. Open Winner's trying to set up a forward hold on
Nab
the
yet again with their clip push.
Froyo-style forward hold, just Roulel not in this position.
Ooh, Morin. I was about to say, Morin's
A
going to
lot of
extend
gamers
here,
heard
but
on
no.
Open Winners, but it looks like they're getting healed up, getting ready for this push. Nab, no, they have the advantage here. They need to make a play on Dirty Mort before he can get any heals out. But Orbit taking a lot of damage is slowing down this push.
Wow, wait, do you guys see what just happened? Nab retook the point, didn't pop Uber off a one-man advantage,
Yep.
so Open Winner is kind of playing scared right now, and I don't think they should be. But it's going to be even Ubers.
That Uber, I believe. Now Open Winners is trying to heal up, get ready to re-push this, and retake as Orbit getting launched out of the sky.
Oh!
And
Bulldozer
it looks like
almost goes
Dirty
down.
Mort manages to save Bulldozer.
We have the
Differ
Uber
flashing
exchange.
around quite a bit. Uber is over from both teams. Differ is annihilated, so is
Oh.
Orbit. But Open Winners dropping players left and right. And that's 3 down for Open Winners. Nab still had this point. Very convincing hold here.
Yeah, the biggest mistake there was that Open Winner just kind of gave it up without forcing. Sure, they could have just gave it up and forced them and backed up, and it would have been great, but...
Morin goes down early into this hole. This could only spell problems. As Zacis also goes down, Mega Boy hurt, and point presence coming out from Open Winners. Nab can't hope to push back. Dirty Mort has a good 20% Uber advantage here.
Nab needs to be careful they don't get caught out.
But does Nab know that they're at an Uber disadvantage?
Nope, they get it anyway, they're walking in. Different really low.
Differ just
50
keeps
health.
taking
Percy
damage.
just trying to stack on that point, tap the point, and
Morin.
he didn't do anything. Both teams managed to trade a player before this Uber started, and Orbit going down.
Differ still in.
Morin!
Enrique,
What?
Oh,
Differ, 12
Yeah.
health. It's just Gargleberry. Gargleberry takes out
gets the
Differ.
bed. Oh,
Gargle's still fighting, he's only 14 health, gets cleaned up.
Down.
Winner.
Pokemon do it?
Only
No,
spell
Pokemon can't do that.
disaster. This can only spell disaster for NAV.
This is going to be a scrappy fight. It's going to be a scrappy fight.
Medic or their roamer. NAV know they have to get on this point. And there goes Percy. They are stacking this hard.
Can't let them cap. Wow.
And Open Winners managed to take the round off the back of that 11 health kill.
2 good rounds.
That was a heroic effort by Morin. He went all the way behind them with the Uber and then jumped back in and got 3 frags on the point, but the rest of his team couldn't follow up when Different went down.
Watching Pokemon is epic on this Smid. Morin coming in very hard into Open Winners, goes down immediately. I don't think his team had his back there.
That Soldier Bomb was not coordinated.
ooh, Mega
Oh.
Boy.
But Mega Boy and Orbit just cleaning house. Only Roulel left alive, and he's going to say fuck it to this situation. He may actually be coming back in. No, he's not. He's out. And now with a full Uber advantage here, Open Winners deciding what to do here. It looks like they're going to try to go Cliff and Main split pushing with Roulel building. And we're taking it live with Pokemon
There's
is
our
Epic.
job.
Gets denied. Pokemon is Epic. 2
Oh,
health.
Gargle's in.
Cleaned up immediately.
Ooh. This is not looking so good for
Yeah.
Open Winners right now.
They have time for another sack, they should go for
There's
it.
plenty of time for another sack. We may even see a 5-man out of them, depending on how spawns come in. No, they're
Doesn't-
just going to push with their
Doesn't
Uber.
look like they're going to do it, nope.
Look at this forward hold getting set up by Orbit on the right. Oh my god! Oh, he did a lot of damage with that trap.
The roamer.
He might get caught out. No, he gets caught
But
out
he got
though.
caught out. This is not
That's
good
not
for NAV.
good. No.
They have to be jumping back to point, getting around Differ, making sure that Dirty Mort pops first, and he does. Mega Boy forces the Uber, forcing the issue, and the Uber coming out of Differ as well. Dirty Mort not healing, so Differ will actually get the Uber ad until Differ gets cleaned up. by Pokemon is epic, actually killing someone for one.
Ooh, Orbit. What is this?
Orbit trying to go in behind, not really doing anything, but delaying for point and delaying his spawn.
Once they lost the demo right there, they should have backed up and baited the point, waited for their spawn and repush with Uber.
And even with Differ going down pretty early after that Uber, they are at about a 20% disad.
Well, regardless, Bears did get a really nice opening chunk of time, but Mega Boy gets picked by Gargle. Gargle just dropping a ton of damage.
Man, right here, I see just a huge mistake from Pokemon. He did get 2 kills, but he was over there on their flank, and nobody actually knew he was there.
Yep, they were not watching
very,
Connector.
very easily
It looks like
in and
Not
got
Around
the
Bears is staging to push here. All spawns from both teams.
He did a lot of spam damage though, Lewis, so...
Yeah.
Slick in spectator mode, absolutely. They're all pushing up on this stair side. I don't know how well I like this. Gargleberry knows them. Putting out a lot of spam, and Not Around Bears having to cycle their heals and their push. Taking a lot of time to do this.
Time's about to get split.
Bulldozer just crushed right now. Bulldozer goes down. Dirty Mort drops him. And here comes the Uber from Not Around Bears.
Yeah, but their heals are dead.
There goes another scout from Orbit.
They might get 3.
And
Gargle's overextended. He does kill the medic
Differ.
though, yeah, that's pretty big. So they bleed a lot.
Lack of focus fire.
They're likely to lose another 40 seconds off this, but they have Uber advantage by a pretty significant amount.
I'd say open winners are going to have about a 25% Uber ad, especially because no one's with Differ right now.
Yeah, it's even higher. It's going to be 35.
35, dang.
But there goes
Bulldozer does get picked.
with the patented use trap out of Orbit.
They should be getting
open
aggressive
winners
right now. They should be getting very aggressive.
Open winners is absolutely annihilated here. If they have some focus fire, they can considerably wipe the team. There goes Dirty Mort. And
That was
pretty much
nice.
That was a
Very
full
nice.
wipe
Wait,
out of
what? What happened? How did Dirty Mort die?
Crush.
What?
He
It
stayed
looked
in
like
the fight.
rockets.
Because he stayed in the fight. He should never
Okay.
have stayed in.
Alright, so we're gonna see Differ come up with a huge Uber advantage here. They just need to sit back, sit pretty. They can have this Uber to defend like a round of sacks and then get ready to contest the
Sacks
point.
are coming in Orbit using the use trap. And just fucking
Not
loves
Around
that.
Bears is giving up a lot of time here.
Not Around Bears giving up a lot of time and a lot of presence as Orbit has to back up.
The pop comes out.
And the pop is out, but they're not focusing on the point.
And the Boston
is
Scouts are on the
game.
point. They backed up.
They tried to get the medic.
Dirty Mort survived.
Juking
the
around,
Cease going
yeah.
down.
But they did lose their demo.
Open
There's not a lot of
Winners have
time.
a huge advantage here.
A misstep
And
from
lots of
Cease.
time on the point.
Just an incredible amount of time on the point, but there's plenty of time for another Uber from both teams. Dirty Mort has the Uber advantage, 50% advantage here. And Not Around Bears need to
How do you
hold
think
on.
Open Winners is going to use their Uber advantage? Or are they just going to sit on point and just wait?
They're just going to sit on it.
Yeah, they still have a lot of time to go, but Orbit dying is definitely going to...
Mort gets forced here.
That was a
The
stick
four-man
from Orbit.
sack. However, Differ is still in. Differ actually out.
Alright, they will have Uber for this push, but they need to get in. But here's the forward hold coming out from Open Winners on the far right with their heels stacked on the far right.
Winners knows
They're
they
locking them
absolutely
hard
have
in that
to
door. They need to be careful not to bleed. They get the
But
Uber out.
Morgan going down in the Uber, and actually, there goes Percy as well. You have to have point presence at this point in time. There is no time.
Zasai's bullying them off the point.
Builders are
Gargle
going
do
for an absolute
No, Not Around Bears
stupid
have
pick.
this.
Not
They just need to
actually
focus
doing
targets.
shit.
Oh,
They focus their targets, and they're going to have Gargleberry is going to
5
be
seconds.
after time.
Oh, Zasai just murders them.
Nice.
Clearly in the favor
Wow.
here of Not Around Bears, taking a close double overtime game.
what a great round.
They broke the forward hold with that aggressive Uber, managed to pick enough people, but also the people that weren't in the Uber moved towards the point and they put pressure on the cap. which split up open winners. But here we are at another mid.
Pokemon is right now.
Mega Boy just holding and actually jumping in. Morton going
Pokemon
down
jumped
early
in,
again.
just denied immediately.
But no real deaths on the side of open winners. Oh, Gargleberry goes down.
Gargle.
That's huge.
Gargle did a ton of damage this mid so far. That's why they won the mid.
And we're looking at another.
Oh, Bulldozer's really low.
But no focus fire or presence coming out from Not Around Bears right now. Pokemon is Epic going through corridor, not making a jump, just spamming. Not an alpha decision.
Both teams have Uber here, but Dirty Mort is significantly lower. Okay, we get an even trade.
Pokemon is Epic called out. With Mega Boy coming in, cleaning up one scout. Roulelle still alive. God, I fucking hate you. Don't you? Don't you? And with that, Not Around Bears take the point.
That was only a 30-second hold. It was a good Uber out of them because they knew Dirty Mort was low. They got a good exchange and they just kept up the presence on the point. They've been really keen on that.
Right about now.
What
do you think the odds are if Pokemon is Epic is about to start tilting?
Oh, there's no such thing as him not being on top.
I don't think so. Every round has been close. I mean,
Bulldozer taking the high rock. Gargleberry annihilated. Gargleberry down to cratering by Morton. Morton. There we go. His new name is Morton. There you go, guys. You're welcome.
Nice sticky.
Nice sticky on the Pokemon is Epic. A lot of damage coming out from Orbit. And open winners can't really hope to hold this here. However, if Zacice gets caught out, both teams have Uber.
Oh, what an awful pop, though. Oh my. Yeah. Mega Boy's going in deep. Mega Boy!
Mega Boy's about to
Oh my goodness.
Mega Boy going huge, taking
He's
out the
out.
medic.
Look at this guy.
got out.
And
Oh,
Pokemon is Epic going down to Orbit.
I'm so glad I caught that. Dude,
Gargleberry's still in, but he's not really doing much.
Red had a terrible Uber, the pocket jumps forward, Mega Boy air shots him, he gets dropped, and then he jumps forward post Uber on their clip and picks off 2. Just amazing job there.
Open winners coming in hard. Gargleberry is annihilated, but Orbit's even worse. Orbit goes down.
That's a good pick for Red.
Taking care of their demo man.
Differ should be backing up right now. Differ should be backing up.
Morin
He's
making
moving
some
forward.
room.
Here comes the bomb. Ooh.
And even trades currently, but open winners are attacking.
They're being really aggressive with this push. Yeah, they just bully them back with heals.
Mega Boy getting tanked up. Going for the pack, actually. And going on the concrete, it looks like. Not around there, trying to make some kind of push here. There's stickies on the rock, Percy. You need to watch your butt, gamer. And Orbit knows, but he's just gonna throw in stickies at him.
First heavy.
Heavy is on the field.
First outclass of the night.
I think Mega Boy's getting into position. Nope. He's gonna back off, knowing that there's too many people there.
Both scouts
Pokemon's
around Bears annihilated. And there goes Pokemon. Differ on single-digit health, but she is out.
So one thing I'm seeing consistently is that Pokemon is getting into connector uncontested almost all the time. He's just not making anything really happen over there. I think he's hesitant to jump in.
He's hesitant to jump in when he knows that he has, if he wasn't just annoying them and harassing them, he could be jumping in, making a lot of room and damage, probably even fragging here. He's usually uncontested.
Look at Red just sitting back on this heavy right now, just parking them on their cliff and just daring them, get aggressive.
There he is again. He's in connector, incoming, and he backed up.
A lot of damage on Red with really only Orbit being hurt
Pokemon
right now.
got spammed down.
And it looks like Red have used on the point.
They didn't get the force though. What happened? How
You
did?
can repush here.
What did they get forced by?
Billy knows they're getting cleaned up very early. And
Here comes a blue Uber.
a misstep coming in as Roulelle gets annihilated by the Nab Uber. But Percy may get caught out here. No, he's alive.
Mega Boy's getting ready for a
Screw
jump.
everybody.
Mega Boy's in.
And
More
Knick-Knack
turds.
annihilated. Knick-Knack down. And Orbit going absolutely
Mega Boy still
ham
chasing
right
the
now.
medic. Oh, a the kill.
Oh,
Mega Boy with the escape plan kill on the Dirty Mort. How do you feel, Dirty Mort?
You know, Differ was telling me how they said they were most uncomfortable, or like Mega Boy's most uncomfortable class was Roamer. I'm not seeing it right now.
I'm not seeing that right now.
But this is really good for...
Well, trying to play Perma Heavy, and then finding out, it turns out Perma Heavy sucks massive dick if you can't aim. That's a drop.
Gargoyle goes big though.
That's a drop. Our number one drop of the game, players.
Orbit's still fighting the point. Orbit's fighting the point super hard.
Orbit's fighting the point.
It's 2v2.
Just holding it.
Oh, this medic. This medic is done. The heavy's too slow. Why was he still on heavy there?
Not around Bears take the half. 3-1. Very convincing 3-1.
Yeah, Not Around Bears is probably about to just turn my prediction on its head here and just get a 4-1 for themselves.
Yeah, how do you feel, Kamingli?
I was completely wrong. I mean, obviously I was basing my prediction off absolutely nothing. I mean, we've only scrimmed one of these teams, so there's no way I could have known.
Yeah, I think most of us came into this thinking that Gargoyle's presence for them would be a lot, but we definitely overlooked the team in Team Fortress 2, and
absolutely
everyone on Not Around Bears.
Putting out an insane amount of damage, but not actually being able to clean up on anything. I'm going to go peek
I
at the
can't
stats
alt-tab,
because
so...
I'm an awful fucking person.
Yeah, look at the stats. Tell me some numbers.
Apparently there haven't been any drops. There have been plenty of deaths with 99%, but no Uber drops according to ESEA.
What?
And
who's top fragging right now?
Dirty Mort going down 5 more times.
Mega Boy is top killing with 30 frags.
Yep. Mega Boy absolutely annihilating, with Orbit doing a lot of the damage for Not Around Bears, while Gargleberry very close to 500 DPM.
500? Wow.
He's at 485 right now.
Alright, which one of the scouts? Who's going big for the scouts?
We're looking at Zacis seems to be doing the most work out of all the scouts currently, but Pokemon is Epic going down the most here.
Yeah,
actually, we're still waiting on the ready up here.
I've been watching Zacis a lot in these transition fights and Uber exchanges, and he's really good at just playing back, letting the Uber unfold before him, and then if his soldiers get aggressive and get some damage in, he just comes in, swoops in like a hawk for the cleanup crew. But otherwise, he's done pretty well with just staying alive, I think.
You know, I've been watching the medics for both teams, Dirty Mort in particular. When they lose 2 players, he's rarely backing up to a safe position, and he's constantly getting killed in those exchanges. Like, he needs to hit tab more often, or just know when he's got 2 guys down.
It seems like there are communication problems
costing them.
on
It's
open
costing them
winners.
big time.
Far more than Not Around Bears. Not Around Bears actually trying to focus frag, while open winners mostly just playing off of Gargleberry's insane damage stats.
I'm not even sure if they're actually playing off his damage, because if they were, they would definitely be getting a lot more kills here if he's seriously that close to 500 DPM.
Well, there's a difference between playing off his damage and playing off his damage stats. When he's the only one fragging, there's a problem. Both Pokemon is Epic and Knick-Knack need to step up their game if open winners want any kind of chance to come back into this.
Oh.
As both of them have KDs much lower than 0.5.
Looks like we're starting.
And Alkaline giving out the shit talk to open winners. Hi, buddy.
Alright, so we're gonna watch Bulldozer on this mid. From my point of view, let's see if it takes connector like the old roamer spot does, and that's indeed what he's doing. Doesn't really see anything. Everyone's bunched up on their side. Gets a soldier in his face.
Getting a lot of damage out onto their team, but open winners actually taking it out here. And Not Around Bears, they have to back up here. Orbit is annihilated, and Mega Boy finally does go down.
But we do see Differ escape. Right now, 70 health, 80% Uber. They're definitely going to re-push us.
So, Not Around Bears has to know this is their point for free. As Morin goes in for Gargleberry, but takes no damage.
Look at this clean retake. They just bully them back. They say, we have Uber, what are you going to do about it? And open winners wanted none of it.
Pokemon
Soldiers coming in high.
Make a play. gets annihilated by the scouts.
To be fair, he almost hit that last rocket that would have gotten the drop on Differ for sure.
He shouldn't have been in. He was in alone. Like, if it's going to be a sack, it's got to be everybody.
Yep.
Alkaline, stop bringing facts into this game. This is a playoff decider.
Another
Gargleberry goes
solo
down
sack.
super early,
Here
doing
comes a
next to
soldier.
nothing. Bulldozer trying to come in, knick-knack, and that is a
Look at that
four-man
protection.
gone absolutely wrong.
That was just really good protection from out around Bears. They played really safe with Differ and just orbited around her. Okay, that pun was actually unintentional, but now we get a forward hold. Here's a forward hold set up from not around Bears on the right side, but they are all spam main.
Coming in through main.
It's like that breaks the forward hold a little bit.
They managed to Uber out here, and
They haven't
Percy
popped
goes
yet.
down early, and
Oh,
Morin
Differ
is
pumps now.
annihilated. Differ may drop Morin. Nope, Morin saved out. And
Good
both
response,
soldiers
Uber.
on both teams going down.
Oh, just crazy scrap.
Actually, no, Bulldozer's still alive. This is super scrappy fighting right now.
Very scrappy.
But open winners have a minute advantage on the clock.
No,
And Differ
that's
gets
actually
out
not
again.
around Bears ahead by a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am colorblind, apparently.
Bulldozer seems to be confused.
Bulldozer is permanently confused, especially after he'd been banned by our glorious leader, Carl Enigma Yang Shin, from TFTV. He can't shitpost anywhere, apparently.
Alright, so we're watching the blue hold on the point right now. Gargle's just doing a good job of laying down the spam, forcing them back. They do have an uber disadvantage. Differ stays alive though.
Different managed to stay alive. Not around Bears have the advantage by about 30% here. Pokemon is Epic making a trade, but that's not really what you want to do in a defensive situation.
Red Ruber
Looks
might
like
come
they're
out here.
getting ready for the Uber here. There
And
it is.
it looks like the Uber is out. Dirty Mort not surfing.
Oh, Gargle.
Oh.
Gargle was about ready to do a complete deny on that, but no, rocketed just the last second there.
And
Taking down
Gargle
Nice pipe.
absolutely pipe. But 5 health.
Crazy
You don't
fight.
wanna fight a scout with 5 health. Are you insane? Goes down.
Who is Yaoi girl again? Percy? Is that correct?
Percy.
Okay.
That is Percy.
Alright, so
Free, easy frags. If Gargleberry is carrying this hard, they should be running crits.
you gotta remember that these last couple of sequences, Differ has constantly stayed alive while Dirty Morph has been going down. So, like, these runs on the clock from Not Around Bears have been a lot longer due to just Differ staying alive and the power of those heals constantly being given out.
His
Mega
Ubers
Boy
have
getting
been
caught
bad,
out here. Mega Boy is absolutely just crushed by the amount of presence that Open Winners managed to put out on concrete. Both teams not doing well on health.
Dirty Mort really hurt right now.
Dirty Mort probably wishing that he brought a first aid kit with him. But Bill
Oh, Differ! Differ goes down.
Pokemon is epic. Pokemon is epic doing something for once in his life.
And then Rue with the cleanup on the soldiers
But
here.
Cease coming in, and Percy just putting out an insane amount of
They got the
damage.
force, they got the force.
They got the force, and all of blue is in the red currently, other than their respawns. And
That was actually,
unfortunately, though, even Ubers, both sides.
yeah, that pop doesn't really cost them much at all. They're still gonna have heals. I mean, obviously they would have loved the Uber, but you always can't get what you want. So we're probably gonna see just a scrappy fight here, maybe?
Have it
Pokemon
your
is
way.
peeked up far left.
Bulldozer just slaps Percy with a rocket, forcing him to back up.
Here's Pokemon through. Connector again, uncontested. Doesn't do anything.
Pokemon through and does nothing until he's called out and tries to jump into them. Always a
Man,
good idea.
if Open Winners just pressured just a tiny bit harder there, they would have got 2 or 3 kills.
Even with these weird heal spreads coming out, this is even Uber's still. But it looks like, yep, Not Around Bears using first. Introducing the aggression. One scout dancing around on point, but Open Winners dropping
Open Winners
everyone.
need this.
Open
No.
Winners just dropping everybody, dropping like flies,
Oh,
but
Bulldozer.
Bulldozer's still alive.
Oh,
And
how?
Bulldozer
doing
with
work.
a 3K.
How did he live
Dirty
for that
Mort
long?
gets out. He got arrowed, my
Well,
friend.
he was 300 when he went in, and just people missed shit.
Alright.
Kappa Ross in chat. Who else is
Open
going for
winners
the
just
Kappas?
need to get this point back
Or the
as soon
Bob
as they
Ross
can.
strings?
They cannot let blue cap. They cannot let blue cap.
Gargoberry bullying them out so hard right now.
Each probably just won them this
Gargoberry
round.
just doing an insane amount of damage. And Morin trying to come in to stop it, but gets cleaned up.
We have a 3-2 game. What do you think the chances of this being a 3-3?
Good.
A 3-3 for overtime. There's pretty good chances, I'd say. Not Around Bears still leading 3-2.
I just don't understand why the soldiers are not supporting the demos on both teams, because the demos are doing so much work.
Oh,
The soldiers are not
Zaysize is
with
so
them.
hurt on this mid here. And it looks like
Gargoberry
Pokemon
put
is
out
very
a pretty
close
good
here.
amount of damage here. Both soldiers from Not Around Bears.
Oh,
Not doing
Dipper
too much,
already
but
down.
Dipper goes down to Pokemon as Epic's Oop or Bomb Man.
Oh, Dirty is so
Dirty
here.
Mort is insanely
Oh.
hurt. Dirty Mort goes down, and Zacis and Percy
Yeah,
manage to make it
playing
out alive.
Oh.
Zacis coming back in.
Nice cleanup.
Absolutely great stuff here.
Zaysize just pulled it out there.
But Dirty Mort is up and healing first. It's
Yep,
going to be
spawn
even
timers.
Uberad.
Alright, so we're going to see an even fight, even heals, even numbers, but Bears do have the point. They have their scouts perched in good position to deny jumpers. But looks like they can just pressure Gargle, but he's pushing forward super hard.
Just pushing forward
Wow.
super hard. And that damage, they're playing off Gargoberry's damage finally. Good to see. There goes Morin. And they're Not Around Bears 2 down, a misstep playing so far forward after getting trashed on.
They just bully them away.
They'll save
They
that.
kept their medic up, so...
They managed to keep their medic up, but this is in reality an equal Uber situation. Not Around Bears not going to be able to make any moves on this.
They're shifting their heels around over to left lane right now behind the house. Maybe they're going to turn this into a sack or a dry push. They're walking in deep.
Manufacture a 10% advantage, but that's not enough.
50 health. She's really low. 8 health.
Differ 11 health.
Wow.
They forced the open winner Uber before theirs, and now Not Around Bears coming back in. Bulldozer goes down, and Percy coming
Pokemon
in.
jumping
but
in on
gets
Dipper.
crushed.
Oh, Pokemon denied very hard.
Everyone
Looks like
is
Scouts.
in the red for Not Around Bears.
in the red.
This is now turning into a very scrappy fight. What
Mega Boy.
was going pretty well for Nab.
And there
Mega
goes
Boy
Mega
got
Boy.
a nice rocket,
Crushed
but
by Brulel.
I don't think Differ needed to pop there so early.
Scouts on Viaduct are assholes.
alright, so we're going to watch a time lead for open winners and friends. They're going to be moving up with a 30, or Bears are going to be moving up with a 30% disad. Morin gets kind of caught in a weird spot, but he manages to trade with Pokemon, so that's a decent enough trade since they don't have the point.
That's not
But,
even straight, but there goes
Orbit
Gargoberry
picks
by
off
a
Gargle.
sticky from Orbit.
It should trigger the aggression here.
Really follow up
Welcome
on
to
this.
the cross point slap. And
Mega Boy's behind them.
here we go. Dirty Mort's Uber has been used.
Oh, Differ's in trouble. Differ's in trouble.
Zacis down.
Bro,
Dipper
is
is
chasing Mega Boy so
annihilated.
hard.
Differ down.
Mega Boy got
And-
Gargoberry again at spawn.
There's the soft wipe there for Red Team.
Crazy
Not Around
fight.
Bears getting completely crushed here.
Differ
Get
soldier
turned
did not
around.
follow him back to spawn.
Alkaline may try to eat a bar of soap if this goes to a tied game. I'm going to hold you to that. Even though you might not have said that, I'm going to hold you to that anyway.
Alright, so
We're gonna demand videos.
we're going to watch Orbit try and bully from left lane, but he's not really getting in anymore.
Warren jumping in. but
Look at these
getting
wave.
Completely denied. But
Orbit.
in.
Oh,
Hearing
Dirty.
a
Oh
hard
my-
spot. And here come the frag.
What a great
Pokemon is
sack.
epic. 3 health.
Zacis can just walk in and win this fight.
Dan's game. And let's see here. Gargoberry and Knickknack.
Oh, trapped.
Taking out more in here. Gargoberry
Zacis.
still in.
Just
90
showing off
health,
these balls
not
right
cleaned
now.
off. I mean, if you're
have a
watching
heavy.
all over a team, I
Heavy
would
is up.
show my balls.
Brulel on heavy again.
Bulldozer just cratered. Oh, we have a heavy again.
Roulelle on a heavy. Knickknack being forced back after taking just an insane amount of damage. And here comes the Uber. Roulelle just kind of fucking off. And Zassis...
Oh.
God, he got wrecked.
Both
Just
scouts
getting
down
out.
for Not Around Bears, and no one down.
This should
For
be a
open
repush
winner.
and retake right here.
The tilt
Repush with
may
that heavy.
be real here.
Different
Here comes the
Man, I
bomb.
was not watching this guy, but
And
still, no.
Morin
16 health on Dirty Mort.
die here.
Dirty Mort just dropped Gargleberry? Yeah.
No, Gargleberry jumped in, and he died for it.
They don't have time. They need to get this force and then fight on the point.
I don't know anything about Highlander.
Alright, but Blue Uber's up right now, so they just need to Uber on the point with their heavy, and they're going to be set to win this round. The blue flop does come out. They get a trade. It's not really in their favor. They need to fight on the point. They have to fight point.
Percy getting
Tonight.
annihilated. Bulldozer.
Oh boy.
The win happened, and we're going into overtime, gamers.
Double overtime. Double overtime.
Or not, because fuck you. Thank you, E ESEA.
Now, whenever you see double overtime on ESEA, it's just the way the stats page works out. There's no break here. But anyway, we're watching Orbit spam them left. He's getting bullied aggressively by a Gargle, but he gets him.
Dirty more.
They just need to push on a point right now. Push your heels on a point.
Both scouts down for nap.
Now,
Oh
Orbit
my
just saving the day
goodness.
for himself, but Pokemon's
Pokemon
just
is
chasing
epic.
down.
Still here.
He
50
has like
health.
no health though. He's down.
Pokemon is epic is down.
Orbit just got 4 frags, I believe. He killed Gargleberry with sticks at the beginning of the mid-fight, cleaned up 2 with pipes, and then killed the soldier that was chasing after his medic. So really good performance on Orbit. I'm glad I put my cam on him. Gargle's trying to spam aggressively from China here, but with the red Uber coming up in the next 10 seconds, they just need to protect Orbit, and they're going to be set to hold a really, really large chunk of time here. And they need this. They need to deny the momentum for open winners going forward here.
Bulldozer annihilated.
Gargleberry's failing his jump,
flubbing
and
his
he's
jump,
so
but he's
fucked
going
here.
for it again. And it looks like they're
They get the
on
force.
Orbit. They want this kill. And
Why is
Bulldozer
Bulldozer
looking to
delaying
die
so much?
18 years later, killing
Yeah.
no one.
He
doing
has
Alright.
a
nothing.
spawn that is 4 seconds longer than his next closest scout.
Looks like a forward hold.
Forward
coming
hold.
up.
Yep, forward hold gets set up by
They're
Orbit
gonna
on
need a
Cliff.
forward hold here. And Percy's hiding in main. They have been going main a lot.
Looks like a majority of them are going cliffside.
Yep, it looks like the vast
Open
majority
winners
are
are
cliff.
staging for Cliff.
They're just look this forward hold just delaying them for so long.
This forward hold actually picking up Pokemon is epic.
There was somebody hiding in main. Nobody ever touched it.
Percy got cleaned up.
Orbit's gonna get caught. Or maybe not.
And
The
here's
blue
the
Uber
bot.
comes
They
up.
need to get Differ with this. Differ is so far away though.
Differ's out. He's gone.
Differ is
He
gone.
played it right. He played it right.
Bulldozer
down.
And
Well,
that's not what
Mega
you want
Boy
to see
might
when
go
you're
down.
retaking the point.
That's fine. They can trade that frag away. They'll have Uber advantage right now, and they're just gonna be able to retake this. This was looking really good for Bears.
Sack for this though.
Sticks on the
And
rock.
there goes the Uber advantage. Scouts in. Nope, that's a soldier in through concrete again, not being checked ever.
You know, I don't understand why Pokemon's trying to play very,
6
very
health.
safe.
Differ had to pop 6
Well,
health.
there goes Gargleberry.
He's actually not. He's got about 50 deaths right now.
Yeah, right, but he's playing so safe to the point that it's actually killing him, is my point.
He's spamming more than he's getting in.
And laying failure. Do you know what that means, Terry?
What? No? What is that?
Alkaline, laying failure.
Alright, anyway, we're watching Orbit continue to deny this left lane here from Open Winners. Open Winners about to get their Uber, so looks like Morin's going in deep.
Getting Orbit.
What?
Or no, Gargle,
He
sorry.
trades Gargle. That's good enough for his team. The rest of his team can just back up. The blue Uber comes in.
And
They
let's see,
don't get anything.
They're not really getting anything. They managed to do nothing with that Uber.
That
Other
was-
than push them out. Pokemon is epic caught out. He's
Mega
down.
Boy going for
Bulldozer
play. Mega Boy
is
in. Mega Boy.
destroyed.
Annihilated.
Mega Boy kills
Bulldozer's
Medic.
down.
Mega
Things
Boy
are
managed to
looking
clean up Dirty Mort.
really good. Gargle does deny more with more traps, but regardless of the scenario right now, Differ has 100% Uber and she can just push her team onto a point, bully them out here. Oh, unless they get forced. Gargle's really low in connector. He has support on the left, but his team's getting spammed
They
back.
have some support here, but a lot of players in the red on both sides.
Not
Zassis
Around Bears.
absolutely hurting.
Not Around Bears constantly uses their Uber advantage, the threat of the Uber to bully blue team away from point and get free caps. And this is going to really help them here as the time drops down to
This
50
is a
seconds.
Minute advantage here for Not Around Bears.
Look at that time, though.
Absolutely
Slowly
amazing.
heading
And
out.
Pokemon is epic going down yet again.
The Uber does come out though. They can get 2 frags.
Medic with this. You gotta get the medic with this.
They don't look like they're going to be able to clean up Dirty more. Instead,
Ubered in
they're
the
just going to
demo.
opt in. They're just going to opt in to save the point and their players here. Not the worst call, but Ubering in orbit, not the best.
Their time is still good. They need to keep their medic up here and get him out.
Differ, you
Oh,
know
we're
how
trading
Uber
with
decided.
Bill, but dying
Differ's
for it.
way
Differs,
She's gonna
on
die.
in.
Terrible, terrible choice.
Uh-oh.
They've traded evenly here, and Dirty Mort's annihilated.
J-Side's
Dirty
coming
Mort
back
going
in.
down, and Pokemon is epic, literally 10 health to see.
That's just huge cleanup from the Red Scouts, and that should be it.
Not Around Bears just out the the shit out of them.
Yeah. Healthy Scouts on Viaduct win you games.
Yep.
And they're just... that's it. Wow.
Now we see how the admins are gonna handle this fucking shit.
Now we're down to whenever the admins come in, and however they're going to handle this complete, absolute nonsense of 9-7 gamers here.
If you don't know the situation, read my post on the forums.
Damn.
Space Cadet HX.
Alright, so we just watched Not Around Bears versus Open Winners. It was a extremely tight game, even though Bears had a 3-1 half. And this will be interesting to see how the playoff picture unfolds for whichever team tries to get that 16th spot and play Ed Head first round. Heh.
Now,
So have fun with Ed Head, either team. Good luck with that.
am I the only one that felt like Morin did a whole lot more than what his score would suggest in game?
Morton made a lot of room, which is what they needed, and his stats suffered from it, but welcome to Viaduct, where Soldier, basically the throwaway garbage class. But you don't need to throw away that hard Pokemon, going down 51 times, only returning 28 frags.
Yeah, looks like it was a hard-fought battle, but I think at the end of the day, Not Around Bears constantly used their Uber advantage to negotiate position by point, and the fact that their scouts probably stayed alive more than the other team gave them a lot of advantages to win fights. But that's it for this cast, guys. I know the audio and video is probably god-awful, but we'll try and get it fixed if I do any more of these in the off-season break. But you guys just watched Not Around Bears take a victory over Open Winners on Viaduct, and this was myself, Terry. Joining me was Crasian, Comanglia, and Space Cadet, and we will see you guys next time.
Dirty Mort. GG, thanks for giving us 3